Rough time records.
Little space, my touch.
One day you will know, these are the words of my mother. As I'm getting old, even now I remember. So I'm packing all my tools, I'm going back at home. A young girl like me shouldn't be caught with an old school fool. He told me he was a banker, not knowing bank robber. This man is a gangster, bukum bankum boxer. Oh sorry I know pa, but I'm boy. Everywhere we are, shaka nigga janko. Now he beats me every night and day. My Michelle, he used to want me, but I didn't wanna know. My Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle. Shenya kwano de eme, na pikin no de here mama, pikin no de here papa. And then kwada yaba, social media neda. Better than I above, papa. Better than I in your papa. Nanso akodana wodiye ukoteni awusi abo. He told me he was a banker, no knowing bank robber. This man is a gangster, bukum bankum boxer. I'm sorry I know pa, but I'm boy. Everywhere we are, shaka nigga janko. Now he beats me every night and day, my Michelle. He used to want me, but I didn't wanna know. My Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle, my Michelle. Shenya kwano de eme.
I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now.
One day you will know, these are the words of my mother. As I'm getting old.
Najo, in a gojo cry, Jabam Kudade, Muhammad Bumuaye, Macho Man one cheetah day. I guess all I shake more cafe, who gave me living on the mortgage. I can't check cafe no be it. Me, I'm in here, this year run away. I am a life, so may a galam say. My old dane, I'll be me away. Me de me yet to be chow. When you beji and you check chocolate, Yabremo and you to be. Semi do kakra or fago pay. Bassina, my mates no see away. Captain, add what them I say. Me, I no one talk anything. Money they call me for my brain. Yamba kimchiki yade. Nasa yanzu kungani. This time me I go the party. I decide kungani. Taking over, we the show we taking over, we the go harder. We taking over, we the show we the go harder. You must see me, I tell you, say, Kaji Kunya, go be, Kato. Man can you be Kaidwadi? What be your problem? A blanket, Captaiba, Sunny, Wally Ronnie, Lady Keshani, Becky, one fear, two no. Be fair, I did, God try, shut up. Hey, Sergeant Lee, Otashi Otrati, no, ever get comfortable lead. Hey, pit me, Shashish. Oh, what a life.
Hallelujah. Celebrate Jesus with me tonight. Hallelujah. All right, so this song is my testimony. Amen. Can I share it with you tonight? All right, let's go.
I am who I am because of you. If it had not been for you, tell me where would I be? I was lost and sinking deep in sin. But you reached out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. There's no one else but you. I am who I am because of you. If it had not been for you, tell me where would I be? I was lost and sinking deep in sin. But you reached out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. Oh God, there's no one else but you. So I say this. Oh no,
So you've seen a number of the music that Ghanaians will be celebrating tomorrow night. Of course, the biggest music night is going to be tomorrow, and the Artist of the Year category has generated a lot of interest, especially after the sudden demise of the late dancehall musician Ebony Rains. Some Ghanaians have actually been canvassing support for sponsor her song on social media. But who is your Artist of the Year? Will it be Joe Metal? Will it be Sarkodie? Will it be Stonebwoy? Will it be Charterhouse? Or will it be Ebony? And of course, we've been running polls. Like I said, Miss G is in the studio with me, and I'll be engaging Miss G in a short while. But we've been finding out from Ghanaians as well on the streets who their Artist of the Year is.
I like gospel songs. Yeah, Joe Metal is a source of inspiration to the gospel society, or let me say to Christians, and the kind of songs he brings up are very inspirational.
I would like to vote for Sark, you know.
Okay,
yeah, he's been the best always, and I like him, so I think she should be the best, like the best artist.
Ebony, but she's brought out a lot of songs, and Mama is very influential, so she might win the JoyNews.
It's Charterhouse. During the years, he's been, exceptional. He's been exceptional. No other artist apart from Charterhouse.
Yeah, Bonnie. Just because for the past year, she has been very great. She has been ruling everywhere with her songs, her hits and hits back. So she deserves it.
Actually, I don't really know who's gonna win because I think the competition is going to be tough.
Indeed, the competition is going to be tough. Miss G is here. Miss G, how are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, you're looking splendid.
Thank you, you too.
It looks like you're getting all ready for tomorrow.
Very, very true. And everybody is ready to see what will happen tomorrow because...
are you winning any award?
No, not at all. We are reporting on those who will be winning awards tomorrow. We're excited because it looks very competitive. Like you said, people think that, Ebony might win because she's passed, and others also think that now that Charterhouse has been introduced into the scheme, there's going to be a likelihood that he takes this award home. Then people are thinking also that Joe Metal might retain the award and make history as being the first person to retain the award.
And not just the first person, but the first gospel artist.
Okay, yes. So last year he made history.
Yeah, even though we understand that
Daughters of Glorious Jesus, they won the song of, it was that time, it was not the Artist of the Year,
so
that
was
was
a
the
different
biggest
category.
Exactly.
So then Joe Metal would go down in history
as the first gospel artist to win Artist of the Year. Yes.
And to retain that,
if he does win tomorrow. And then there's the issue about Sarkodie, who people think has been quiet. He might win as well. People also think that Stonebwoy, with the introduction of his EOM album, might pick Artist of the Year. So tomorrow we are expecting, all of us will be sitting on tentacles, like tenterhooks, sorry. We'll be waiting to see who gets to pick this prestigious award because it looks like there's going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow.
I don't know. Do we really know the category of selection?
Okay, so we have, I think we have about 23 categories in all, and the major one which we're talking about now is the Artist of the Year. Now, to win the Artist of the Year category, what we've been told over the years is that you must have an audience appeal, you must have released an album or a hit song within the year and the review. And the year and the review is from the 1st of January 2017 to the 31st of December 2017. Okay. So within this year, you should have had a hit song or an album that has been appealing. You must have done some shows course, you must have been on some platforms where people would have hailed you and all that. Then again, there's an issue about a board having 30% of the vote. Then we have the academy, which also has 30% of the votes. And then we have the public given 40%. So the public has just 40%. It might make a difference, but...
And this is where you buy credits and you
Exactly.
You text
and voting is over. As we speak, voting is over now. So if you're voting for anyone, maybe you're just adding some more to the vote, but it won't count. But voting is over. And so 40% for the general public. So this is where the issue is, that people might come and say, oh, we voted and it didn't happen, but the board has 30, the academy has 30. So you need to have that 60, at least majority of the 60.
I really want to know who is on the board and who is in the academy.
Oh, that we will never find out, because there seem to be every day changes in the people who appear to be board members. But then again, there's been some controversies as to why certain people have found themselves in that category, and people have argued, especially including the Musician Union of Ghana president Obwa has said that they need to keep a certain prestige when it comes to who wins the Artist of the Year, and that's why they narrowed it down to these 5 people. That's Ebony, Stonebwoy, Shatawale, Sarkodie, and Joe Metal. So people would have thought that they might have made it, they were giving some more people the opportunity to find themselves in that category, so that, it becomes, flexible for people to make their choice, because they think that we've had some great people come up with great songs within the year and the review. Then away from the Artist of the Year, we're also likely to see who becomes the Gospel Artist of the Year, which is another big one for the gospel fraternity.
Okay, why is it such a big one now?
It's such a big one because a lot of people have their favorites in there, and people are questioning why certain artists should find themselves in there.
Now tell me about it.
In that
Which
category,
names do we have?
We have Patience Nyako. Patience Nyako is in with a song called Obinyani Mindaye. The song is a big song now. People are arguing whether the song was a big song as when it was released. Because now we hear a lot of that being played, but people are still arguing, was it a big song from last year? It was released under the year in December. Now, another person who people are talking about is Nasi. Nasi is in the Gospel Artist of the Year category. Over the years, Nasi has told us that he wants to be referred to as an artist. People like the manager of Celestine Donko have questioned why his name is in the Gospel Artist when he's doing secular songs as well. When he's joined secular artists to do secular songs. Nasi also finds himself in hip life category because he has a song with Guru. Yes, Boys was a big song under the year, which is being reviewed. Then we have Gift Yosem, who has done a lot of campaigns. So if she wins tomorrow, people say she's worked really hard to get people to vote for her.
When you say she's done a lot of campaigns, is it the social media videos?
Social media videos, in every of the videos. But she's
received quite a lot of bashing for some of those videos.
Well, but do you know who is voting for her? Because she says every day she's in Accra. I'm sure she's gathering people or gathering votes, But, she's also being talked about. Then there's Joyce Blessing in that category. People will say, okay, yes, she has a song or she's done songs, but they are not as big as they expected that it will be. So let's see if she gets to win. Then there's Celestine Donko also in that category. So people...
why isn't that Joe Metal? Because I've seen
there's Joe Metal there. There's Joe Metal in the Gospel Artist of the Year category. So he's also there. So Joe Metal is in quite a lot of the nominations.
Well, I have my own analysis. I'll keep it to myself. I keep it to myself. But Miss G, stay on with me because Miss G is going to take us through the polls that we've been running and what people are saying, who they're rooting for. But we have Niaite Hammond on the line. Niaite Hammond is with Charterhouse. He's a director of production with Charterhouse. Niaite, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Would you please tell us a bit more about the category, especially for the Artist of the Year?
Sorry, what more would you want me to tell you?
Anything you want to add, my dear?
Basically, the Artist of the Year has, I think, six artists vying for that season. I'll say if I take out the new artist category, that seems to be probably the next hottest category.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I lost you briefly. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that, I mean, if I'm asked to pick two categories that are very keenly contested, or that is kind of a tough area, I would say the Artist of the Year and the new Artist of the Year. Those two seem to be very keenly contested.
Okay. Okay. Well, Miss G is here in the studio with me. I'm going to ask Miss G, you have some questions for him? Just please.
Okay, so Nia Ite Hammond, there's a belief that these people who you have selected in the Artist of the Year are supposed to have songs that, not only hit songs, but an album that is also doing well. Since you are with the board and you know everything, we are finding it difficult to find an album under the year of which we're reviewing for, especially Shatta. Can you help us?
Yes, if you just go through the definition again, it didn't just say you need to have an album. It says you must have a hit song.
Yes, that we agree, but we are just asking that we agree that there's a hit song factor in there. But the other people in that category have albums, so we are asking if there is or if there was any album submitted that we do not know about.
No, it's not got to do with. That's what I'm saying. That even though you have artists who are there who have albums, having an album is not the only category definition. You must have a song. The song is the key thing. You must have a song released in the year under review. So once you have a song, I mean, you can easily be, and it's popular, is making the waves. You can easily get yourself into the artist category based on the work that you've done in the year under review.
So is that to say that it doesn't take anything away from his nomination in that category?
No, it doesn't take anything away. And even though he might not have released an album in the year under review, I'm sure if you put a number of singles is released in the year under review, he obviously will, I mean, you would have an album, but everybody decides on how they do their work and how they put out their material. So that much I would not want to speak about it. But once he has a song, which is the basic criteria for nomination, I mean, that's how we go around.
Now, there's also one argument before you go. I know it might not make a lot of impact now about people who release songs in December and got their songs trending or becoming, you know, a major hit in 2018, finding themselves in various categories.
So you have one leg in, one leg out.
Exactly.
One leg in 2017, one leg in 2018.
Unfortunately, that's the challenge of award shows, because you would obviously, once there's a cutoff point, there will be some who might have one leg in and one leg in the other. You get me? So those ones are happening, because once the cutoff point is end of December 2017, you cannot put that song in for 2018 nomination. I hope you get me.
Even though it didn't make an impact in 2017.
So that's how.
So maybe in future it's an area you'd like to look at. Maybe, I mean.
No, that there's nothing really that you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do.
Worldwide, everywhere.
That's how it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're whetting our appetite for tomorrow. We're hoping that you'd help us do that. Beyond the usual gossip and the usual controversies that we usually get after VGMAs, what should we expect tomorrow?
Oh, you should expect a good show. I mean, so far the rehearsals that we've seen from the artists, you can see that everybody's trying to bring their A game on. So you're going to have a good night. I mean, the scenery, sound, light, everything is going to be exciting. So let's all pray for a good night tomorrow. I mean, we as organizers, based on the challenge we also faced last year, taking some measures to us to forestall any such activity. So we are looking forward to a good night tomorrow. God be glorified.
Certainly, Miss G will be there, so it will definitely be a good night. But before I let you go, usually we get all the controversies. Last year, there wasn't so much of a controversy, even though people thought that JoyNews didn't deserve the award. I mean, we went to sleep over it like we do all other issues. What do you have any, like, strategies, plans in place, to deal with a very likely, you know, situation of controversy or controversial, you know, aftermath to the awards?
In terms of controversy, you cannot determine what will become controversial, because
I know, right?
The process itself is a lay down process. So whatever comes out of the process, you just accept it as it is. I mean, people might not accept it, but that's what the process has for you. So
very well.
We're not preparing ourselves for any kind of controversies or anything. We're just looking forward to doing a good show and honoring the people in the music industry. So that's all we're looking forward to, and we pray that God gives us a good night.
Gift, if I may ask before he goes.
Before he goes again,
are we supposed to expect things for, you know, those who have left us in the year under review, the Papa Youngs and the CK Man, the Ebonies, is
any
the
honorary
institution
awards
putting together something for them?
I don't know about honorary awards because.
So you basically have none on your books right now.
That will not happen. But what we do every year, I mean, we'll do also this year in terms of remembering those who have passed on with in the year under review. So that obviously would happen.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Okay, well, Nia Ite Hamon, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We wish you all the best, and do take some energy drink. I know it usually gets very tough. Miss G, we'll go through the polls, but we do have some graphics about people who have won awards in the past, and we're just going to run you through those right now. Okay, so there you have it, the Ghana Music Awards, the criteria for selection of Artist of the Year. Topmost award, like Ms. G was saying, is adjudged by 1, the Academy, 2, the board, 3, the public, and then, of course, the highest audience appeal and popularity. It must have, the person must have released a single album during the year. I mean, these are things that Ms. G has spoken about already. Nia Ite also added his voice to it. Okay. So the Artist of the Year winners so far, we're looking at 1999 Achame. You wind the bottom, mama popo, Achame, you know? Yeah, so you know I'm on top of my game, you know?
You are.
And in 2000, that is Daddy Lumba. I don't know which song it was in 2000, but I know, but I know there's I know it's Rekwa
those back in the day, Abinwaha was, you know, back
2000.
2000.
So that must have been Abinwaha. Hey, Miss G is giving me another key cry, Charlie. Okay, 2001. Kojo Enchi, I love this man. I love this man, the maestro. Okay, so I'm trying to remember any of his songs.
Okay. You're a new scooper.
Oh, they be new school. And Lord Kenya, who is now a pastor, 2002, he won an award as well. I'm wondering which song he won the award with. But there's a song that he
this is for Artist of the Year. You know, normally it doesn't have to do with the song. It has to do with the 3 things that we talked about.
Okay, all the board,
but
certainly the music is key.
Yeah, exactly so. Exactly so.
Yeah. All right, so Lord Kenya had it in 2002, and he has a song, I've forgotten. I used to rap that song.
Oh, you're talking about the one that I had with the lead Dasibre? But it was a Dasibre song rather, and he featured in Kokoko. That was a Dasibre.
Okay, Kokoko was quite popular as well. That's 2002, and we're looking at 2003. Continue. Where is he, by the way?
He's in Tema. He's a Tema man.
Oh dear. Continue. See, Minisika diachiso. Yes. Mese Mafaula. Okay. We still have some more people up our sleeves. 2004 VIP. Now VVIP, right? Okay. And in 2005 is Obo himself, who is now the president of Musica. Of course, Obo. These are it brings a lot of memories, you know. Say someone can say it was part of the campaign that he did,
for the road safety,
but I don't know which song he won this. In 2006, Oforian Ponsa. 2007, Samini, who Becky has been speaking to the whole of this week, by the way.
True.
And then 2008.
And Samini is actually performing tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll be performing tomorrow. So we are hoping to see. And I hear a surprise that Richie Mensah of the Links Entertainment will be performing tomorrow.
Where has he been to?
He says he's retired from music. He prefers to
When did he start?
You know, he's got Miss V, Kidi, Kwame Eugene under
so
his
he's
watch.
Just going to stay
so he's going to stay back and push these ones. But tomorrow we hear he'll be performing. That's a surprise performance, we are told.
Okay. Wow. 2008 was Kaukese. Where is he as well?
Kaukese is still around. You know, he said he's not interested in the award. Actually, last 2 years, he brought the awards he's won in a wheelbarrow to them. So I'm not sure anybody's interested in Kaukese when it comes to the music awards. Right. Neither is he interested in the music awards anymore.
Right. Okay. Well, in 2009, Ochame Kwame, who is still around, doing great, I must say. And in 2010 is Sarkodie, who is back on the bill as we speak. We're looking forward to how it goes tomorrow.
True.
And in 2011, VIP again. In 2012, Sarkodie again. So Sarkodie is quite, you know.
Yeah. You see him back, I think, another year.
Right. In 2013, R2Bs, and of course, what do you remember any of their songs?
R2Bs, yeah. Baby, making all okay, but the recent is plant. Okay, that's for just one of them. I saw Plantation.
Because after all, we all be one.
Yeah. Oh, but they have more songs. They have some Odo songs too. R2Bs have some Odo songs. Oh, you definitely.
2014 is Shatta himself, wallaying himself all over the place, and of course.
And this was after he caused the stir in 2013.
Of course. And in 2015, Stonebwoy won it also before. In 2016, EL was on the bill, and in 2017, of course, my man Joe Metal. And in 2018, it's a big question mark.
Who wins?
Only Ms. G can tell us from the polls.
Okay, so from the polls, interesting polls so far. So My Joy Online conducted a poll, and the results for this poll, they had 4,999 people voting.
Wow.
And so, in no particular order, Shatta Wale had 15% of this vote.
15% for Shatta Wale.
Exactly. And Ebony had 45% of the vote.
Wow.
Stonebwoy had 14% of the vote.
14%.
Joe Metal has 21% of the vote. Sarkodie had 5%.
Oh dear, Sarkodie seems to be the lowest in the My Joy Online polls. But Ms. G, Hits FM
also ran a poll, and in that poll, it looks like Shatta Wale is leading.
Okay.
And we haven't got the figures here, but Shatta Wale is leading in that poll, followed by Ebony, and it follows also by Stonebwoy, Joe Metal. No, Sark before Joe Metal.
Sark, Joe Metal.
Yes.
And then, okay. So if you look at both polls that you just spoken about, we're looking at, as I almost said Ms. G. We're looking at Ebony. We're looking at Ebony because in the My Joy Online bit, he had 45%. And you said she's in the second. She's
actually leading. She has 45.
No, with the hits.
With the hits, she's
number two.
Yeah.
Right. So it looks like she's got some very favorable points there. But it's not up to us, really.
Yeah, it's not up to the board. Has 30 from the academy, 40 from the public, and so it depends on what will happen tomorrow. But a lot of people are believing that she'll pick the award. Some people think that she'll get sympathy votes, and they will have to give this award to her posthumously because she's not alive. Some people also think that it's going to be a difficult one because people who have been rooting for Shatta Wale think that he's been robbed because he's been out of the league for 3 years, and so this is the time for him to pick up all the awards and grab this one, the Artist of the Year. Now, quickly before I go, Gifty, another controversial one like Ni Aite Hammond mentioned is the new Artist of the Year. He has a lot of stars in there. A lot of new folks showed up.
Is my name there?
Are you a musician? When did you become one?
You never know.
So the new Artist of the Year looks very, 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 very competitive and big.
Take us through it.
So we have King Promise there. We have Kel Songs there. So King Promise, King Promise, you know Kel Song. We have Kidi, we have Kwame Eugene, we have Magnum, we have Kwesiata, we have B4 Buna. Now, the people are mentioning King Promise, Kidi, Kwame Eugene, because they think that these three have worked hard. Not forgetting the fact that Kel Song has also made some impact because of Jennifer Lomoti. And Magnum also with Baby has made impact. So people are expecting that these people would have a tough time deciding who becomes our new artist of the year.
Okay, well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But we'll be here to bring you all the updates here. Miss G, thank you so much. We should be doing more of this. It's
definitely
really
exciting. So. By Monday, we'll tell you everything that happened.
And hopefully there won't be any controversy. Actually, there is no controversy.
Definitely, there can't be a VGMA without controversy.
So we expect the controversy as well.